People think it's easy to get naked and have sex with someone on camera with like a whole crew and a director and 3 or 4 different camera people in the room. Contorting your body in ways that look good on camera while having sex is not easy.
A lot of people think that sex work is easy money, and I would challenge that. I could say it's fast money. It can be good money for a couple of hours on set. It could also be a very long day on set.
It's like any other freelance job. Like some jobs take 2 hours, and some jobs I'm on set for over 24 hours.
I get so many emails and messages on my social media and from friends that are just like, I'm really struggling with paying my bills, like, let's make porn, or like, can you help me get into porn?
People will say things like, you know, oh, I guess if I don't get a job soon, then I'll just go make some porn. Especially when it's men, it's just like flat out absurd. Unless you're willing to bottom in gay porn, you're not gonna show up in California and like immediately have lots of jobs. First of all, porn is not as much money as people think it is. We're not millionaires. There's this idea out there that like, oh, porn is like $1 billion industry, but like, so's the food industry, and not everyone in it is a billionaire. It costs a lot of money up front, for sure, you know, just to like get presentable for the camera. And then, yeah, you're paying your own health insurance. You don't have any benefits. Even like just getting tested alone every 2 weeks, that's $155, you know. To keep up your nails, that's like $50 a week. To keep your, you know, if you have extensions or whatever.
There is less work and less pay when you are a Black female performer. One thing that people don't talk about in porn a lot is there actually are like white female performers that will actually charge more of a rate for doing IR. And IR stands for interracial. And interracial is not just having sex with an Asian person or having sex with a Latin person. It specifically is for having sex with a Black person on camera, which for me as a Black female performer, I don't get to charge double for every time I fuck a white person on camera, which I would be rolling in hella dough because that's 90% of my scenes.
There's definitely a craft to the work of performing. You end up in places that are not the most comfortable, and you have to make it look good for the camera, and there's work to positioning, and it is usually semi-athletic at least.
People assume that porn sets are, you know, these like cocaine-filled orgies. And everyone's just having sex with everyone, and we show up at 3 p.m. or whenever we like and leave whenever we like, and it's not like that at all. And, you know, when I got into porn, that's what I thought it was going to be.
Sometimes you're using natural light and the camera goes down, and it goes down for so long that the light has obviously changed, and then they have to set up the studio lights, and you've been fucking on and off for 8 hours and everybody wants to go home, but you don't because it's your job.
Even though, like, yes, I'm having sex, but, like, I'm going to my job. Yes, just like any other job, there are some days that are, like, the most fantastic days ever, and it's like, I loved my job. Wait, I'm done with work already. I had such a good day. And there's some days where it's like, you're working.
I put more hours into being a porn star than I think the average person puts into their 9-to-5 job.
At the height of my career, it was normal for a day to start at 6 or 7 a.m. and go on until like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Porn doesn't have the same unions that independent Hollywood films do.
Some girls do have agents. I do not have an agent. I am my own agent. So discussing pay, discussing travel, discussing boundaries about a scene and what's going to happen and not happen.
It's easy to watch a porn video and just be so focused on the people you're seeing in front of the camera that you forget all of the people and the processes that went on into making it and delivering it to your laptop.
There's performers, there's lighting people, there's a PA, there's a director, there's all of that. And then that's just the day of shooting. And then there's post and editing the photos.
And it is a very professional thing. Like, you do quickly realize, you know, oh, you show up to a set 1 hour late, and now all of a sudden you've messed up 20 other people's day, you know? And then even beyond just the set, like, the porn industry is so much more of a business than people realize. Like, every company has a sales team and an accounting department.
There's so many people behind the scenes. And my job, like, people might know me for being up front of the camera, but I do marketing, and I sit at a desk most of my day.
If you do it as a career, you end up wearing, like, so many hats. Some performers, like, learn how to do makeup, and some learn how to edit.
Creating your own content, creating your own mini-vids or clips for sale is not easy. Learning how to edit your own shit, learning how to upload it so that it'll actually play on your website is not easy. All of these things are learning curves that you have to have in order to be I wouldn't even say successful, but steady working performer.
There's an increase in job uncertainty in your 30s. Like, what are you going to do when you stop performing? Because it is physically demanding. And your job options are limited to not only fields that are appropriate, but also, like, people who aren't going to judge you negatively because of public sex work.
I call it porn purgatory, and that's like, it's kind of that place where, like, you're too old to look like a teenager, but you're too young to look like a MILF. And, like, they don't really know what to do with you. It's like, well, we don't know how to market you. You're not a teen and you're not a MILF. We don't know what to do. And I'm like, really? Like, there's so many ways you can market me other than, like, either, like, MILF or teen. Women aren't sexual only between, like, the teenage time and then, you know, when they become a MILF or become of MILF age. Like, there's a whole, like, 20 or 30-year gap, you know.
There's so many doors that close once you do porn. I'll never be able to be a school teacher. I'll never be able to work with kids in general. I probably won't be able to adopt a kid. And then there's a lot of companies that won't hire me based on the fact that I've done porn. So a lot of doors have closed for me. But at the same time, like, I don't think it's fair to shame a woman for making a choice and doing what she wants to do and following her dreams because it's going to ruin her life in 10 years. Ruin her life in 10 years. You compromise a lot to be in porn, for sure. So if you're going to do it, you better make sure it's going to be worth it for you.